What's up, guys? Aaron Marshall, aka Intervals, and we're gonna do pre-show ritual. So this is probably an ever evolving sort of scenario. I don't think pre-show is ever like super consistent. I know that some bands are like really ritualistic with their stuff, or maybe even certain members. Always has to be a certain way. We kind of down to do whatever. It usually resembles something akin to what I'm about to describe, but it can change, and we're pretty flexible, so we do what we have to. But pre-show for intervals is we're probably in the green room, probably together. We don't need to be like apart or like maybe Nathan will sometimes set up the like practice drum or kit scenario in like a stairwell or in the hallway or somewhere outside just to give himself some room. But we're probably all in the green room. Maybe we got some friends, like, or some guests or family around, or whatever. Or maybe it's just us, and maybe it's a chill one. But there might be a beer or two flying around. It hasn't really been my style in the last couple of years, but there was a time for sure. Just kind of get loosened up a little bit. We got some practice amps out. Probably a backup guitar, or maybe the guitar we're about to start the show with, just to get familiar. I don't over warm up, so I might just like have a little meet and greet with the guitar, probably like 10, 15 minutes. I find overplaying or overthinking leads to a weird show. So just a quick like, hey, hello, how are you with the guitar? Brush over some things that were maybe bothering me from the show previous, or like just some basic rudimentary stuff just to kind of get the hands, synced up and talking with each other. So something like that. Nathan, if he's in the room, probably has a hockey game or some sort of sports on. So there's usually an iPad with that going on. And then as we get a little bit closer, this is the most consistent for us. John will bring us our ears and our packs. We'll get those in. And Chase will be at the front of house, and he does a private podcast for our ears. So basically he just starts broadcasting this like fictitious intervals podcast into our ears, and it's just ridiculous. Oftentimes he'll pass his mic to the crowd and he'll sort of survey people, or he'll be like, hey, do you want to say something to the guys who can speak directly into their heads? So he'll like pass a mic around and have some awkward interactions with fans or whatever. It sounds like, if you guys have seen Rick and Morty, it sounds like a TV scenario, like episode or commercial or something, like straight out of Rick and Morty. And Chase is also just extremely animated. He's probably the closest thing to a human cartoon that I know of. So needless to say, he's absolutely hilarious. It's just complete improv, free flow insanity just pouring out of his brain straight into our in-ears. And we'll have a crazy laugh, and then we'll probably do like some pre-show music. We're doing a lot of Venga Boys on the last tour. A little bit of Scatman, whatever we're feeling like. Toronto, I know we did The Boys Are Back in Town. So we'll just kind of get the crowd pumped up. That'll be blasted in our ears. We'll be side stage. Meet up with John real quick by Guitar World over by the tech bench. Maybe hit some fast fret. Grab a flashlight. Charge up our Luminlay side dots so we're good and visible for the impending light show. And a little powwow. A little quick little 3, 2, 1. Whatever it is that we decide to say on the day. And then we get out there and have a show. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes none of that happens because maybe we don't have a green room that day and we're just hanging in the bus. Or maybe we're in Taiwan and there is no green room. Or maybe we're in the green room in Taiwan but we don't have our in-ears. So, some of these things it's a modular process really. But we can have all of it or we can have none of it. In either way, we're going to have a great show. Have a good time. When things are consistent and dialed in, that's usually what it resembles. So yeah, that's pre-show ritual.